I've solo hiked for 9 years, and there's only been one time where I truly didn't feel safe, and it's not what you expect. Today, I decided to take myself on a solo hike and share this story with you. I finally decided to share this story publicly in hopes of helping others know what to do if they ever found themselves in a similar situation. I think it's important to note here that even after this situation happened to me, I didn't stop hiking alone, but this situation did completely change how I think about safety out here as a solo female hiker. Not exactly the hike I wanted to do today, but it's a hike. It just took me way longer to get out of the house than expected. I also haven't done this in a while. Been super busy. I know, here come all the excuses. It's such a beautiful day today. I didn't want to pass up spending part of it outside in the sunshine. Because I got a later start today, doing a little bit shorter hike, something close to home, just to warm up my legs, get a little elevation. If we haven't met yet, hi, I'm Kathleen, a food-motivated hiker, solo backpacker, backpacking coach for women, and the Hungry Hiker here on YouTube. If you're a woman who wants to hike or backpack alone, this is the part no one really prepares you for. Most of the solo hiking safety advice you hear focuses on what to bring. But when something happens out here, it's not just about your gear. It's about how you respond in the moment. That's the first time this season that I've had to do that. I think spring is officially here. So this happened a few years back when I was solo section hiking the PCT in Oregon. It felt like any normal day out on trail. Quiet, peaceful. I was in a good rhythm and hadn't seen another hiker in hours, which wasn't unusual. It was later in the day and I was getting close to where I wanted to camp. I only had a couple more miles to go. And then I saw someone coming towards me on the trail. At first, it seemed normal, just another hiker heading in the opposite direction. But quickly, I realized something wasn't right. Something was really off. This man wasn't wearing any pants or underwear. From the shirt down, nothing. And in that moment, my brain kind of froze. In situations like this, you don't always react the same way you think you will. Looking back, there were so many things I would have loved to have said to this man. But in the moment, nothing came out. I just kept walking. This doesn't mean I did anything wrong. I think I was in shock and trying to process what the hell was happening. I didn't say anything to him. I didn't want to give him attention. I didn't want to engage, and I definitely didn't want to escalate anything. So as I kept walking, I assessed the situation in real time. I had my trekking poles in my hands, I stayed aware of where he was, and I decided not to confront him. I quickly realized that this was one of those situations where the safest thing you can do is to not engage at all. Kind of like with wildlife. You give them plenty of space and don't provoke them. You just keep moving with purpose and try to create as much distance as possible. So that's exactly what I did. No eye contact, no comments, no reaction. Because when people act like this, a lot of times they're looking for a reaction, and I wasn't going to give him one. Unfortunately, that moment didn't end once I passed him. My entire energy had shifted. My head was on a swivel, I was hyper aware of everything around me, and when it came time to camp, I didn't feel comfortable stopping where I had originally planned. So I continued to hike another mile or so just to create more distance between me and this guy. And honestly, I didn't sleep well that night. I didn't really relax again until I saw another hiker the next day. This wasn't just a weird moment. It shook my confidence for a bit. For a long time, I downplayed the whole situation and told myself it wasn't a big deal. I didn't even talk about it in any of my PCT videos because honestly, it pissed me off every time I thought about it. Looking back now, that situation taught me something really important. I didn't stay quiet because I was a woman. I stayed quiet because my instincts recognized risk and I trusted that. That's what changed everything for me. Confidence doesn't come from pretending something like this will never happen. It comes from knowing if something weird or uncomfortable does happen, you already know what to do. So now instead of fear, I have a plan. I have a non-engagement strategy, a distance and reroute strategy, and a camp adjustment strategy. That's what real confidence looks like out here. And honestly, that's why I'm still out here hiking alone, sharing this story with you, because I trust myself. So what do you actually do with all this? Because this is where most people can either feel more confident or overwhelmed. Real quick, if you've been watching videos like this thinking, I want to learn how to be confident with hiking and backpacking alone, but I have no idea where to start, you're not alone. Honestly, this is why most women never end up going backpacking on their own. Not because they can't, but because they have no idea where to start and keep second guessing themselves on things like, where should I go? What gear do I need? Is it safe to go alone? What if something goes wrong? And before they've had a chance to figure it out, another hiking season has gone by. This is one of the reasons why I created the Confident Solo Female Backpacker System. This isn't about just giving you more information, it's about giving you a step-by-step plan, support, and having someone in your corner so you actually follow through. Inside this program, I help you plan your first or next trip from start to finish so you feel confident when you get out on trail by yourself. You'll also have access to live coaching, a private community of women located all across the country doing this with you, and opportunities to join me on group trips throughout the year. So if you're ready to make this your year, click the link down in the description below to book a free one-on-one Zoom call with me to talk about your backpacking goals and see if this program would be a good fit for you. All right, back to the video. These days, when it comes to my safety as a solo female hiker, I'm way more intentional before I ever get out on trail. I start my hikes earlier and give myself more time. I'm not trying to prove anything by pushing big miles anymore, and I always tell someone exactly where I'm going, when I'll be back, and when to worry if I don't check in. When I'm out on trail alone, I pay attention to how I feel, not just physically, but also situationally. If something feels weird or off, I don't question it anymore. I don't try to talk myself out of it, and I don't call myself crazy. Instead, I create space. That might mean stopping, changing direction, or turning around completely. That's not fear, that's awareness. I also always make sure I know where I am. Trail junctions, landmarks, checking my map. Not obsessively, but enough that if I needed to move quickly or change plans, I can. And a big one for me now, especially living in Montana and hiking in grizzly country, is that I don't go anywhere without bear spray, ever. And it's always easily accessible, not buried in my pack. Yes, it's for the four-legged animals, but it's also for the two-legged ones. And just having that on me changes how confident I feel out here. And if I ever found myself in a situation like that again, I already know what I'd do. I wouldn't engage, I'd create distance immediately, and I'd adjust my plan without second-guessing myself. That's the difference now. I don't freeze wondering what to do because I've already decided what I do. And then there's the part that actually gives you real confidence, and that's knowing you can handle it if something goes wrong. I always carry a satellite messenger. I always have what I need to stay warm if I have to stop moving, extra layers, emergency shelter, something to sit on. I always have a headlamp, extra food, extra water, a way to start a fire, and anything I might need quickly, I don't bury it in my pack because in an emergency, you don't want to be digging for it. If something goes wrong out here, the goal isn't to be perfectly comfortable. It's to give yourself enough margin to stay safe until things get better. That moment didn't take solo hiking away from me. Out of the 9+ years of hiking alone, this was the only moment I didn't feel safe hiking alone. This moment did give me something that I didn't have before, and that's a clear understanding of how I handle situations like that. Because of that, I feel more confident hiking alone out here now, not less. I no longer rely on things going perfectly anymore. I now trust myself to handle it if they don't. And that changes everything. If you're watching this and thinking, I want to hike or backpack solo, but I don't feel ready yet, that's exactly where a lot of women get stuck. Not because they can't, but because they don't have a clear plan on how to get started. If you're ready to stop overthinking and actually get out on trail this year, click the link in the description below and book a free one-on-one Zoom call with me to learn more about the Confident Solo Female Backpacker System. Not the original hike I planned, but it was definitely the hike that I needed. And if you want to see exactly how my approach to hiking has changed throughout my 40s, check out this next video because this is where everything really started to shift for me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy trails and keep on trucking.